Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to welcome you guys to another episode of Here's What I Think with your host, Charles Debunking, where we discuss everything from current events, economics, politics, and how it all relates to business and life. And today we have a hell of a show in store for you. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, this one is a shocker. All right. The reason it's a shocker is because I'm a hip hop fan. I followed hip hop for the last, 20 plus years, right? And I know most of the people that are being discussed in this case. As you guys know, Sean Diddy Combs is being accused of a lot of things, of a RICO and all of that. But recently, one of his former friends that we used to think at least, or contemporaries in the music business, Jay-Z, was brought into a case that was involving him, and then his attorney, Alex Spiro, went out there and basically said, Jay-Z first put out a statement, and then he put together a legal defense, and they've been pushing back on Busby's allegations and all of that happened. So what happened? About, let me say, a week or so ago, or about 5 to 6 days ago, his lawyer, Alex Spiro, put together a presentation, a 30-minute presentation where he went through the details and chronicled the entire story of the accuser saying that Jay-Z assaulted her. And he went through the timelines. It was a very, very thorough presentation that he put forward. And at the end of it, it was a press conference. He began to take field questions from the reporters that were there. And one reporter asked him this particular question: what does Jay-Z think? What are his feelings? Blah, 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 blah. But towards the tail end of his presentation, during the Q&A section of it, one of the reporters then asked him, hey, what's the relationship like between Jay-Z and Diddy? And Alex Spiro then decided to say something that absolutely shocked the entire hip-hop community by essentially saying that they don't have a relationship and they don't have a friendship. And I was like, wait, what? So what we want to do is we're going to briefly play what he had to say. It's less than a minute or so. And then we're going to come back and continue on with the show. Take a listen to what he had to say here as it pertains to the relationship or friendship with Diddy and Jay-Z.
Right. Will Mr. Carter say anything more specifically about Mr. Combs? He didn't really address him in his statement, but anything since outlets and internet speculation have tried to affiliate the two of them, he didn't really, in his statement, specifically say anything about any of the allegations.
I mean, Mr. Carter has nothing to do with Mr. Combs' case or Mr. Combs. They knew each other professionally for a number of years, just like in all professions. People know each other. At the music awards, they support each other. If you go to the NBA All-Star game, they support each other. That's just how professions work. There is no closer association between any of them. That's also a matter of fiction. That's all that there is. He doesn't know anything about the charges or allegations against him. He has nothing to do with that case. And there's nothing more to say. Yes.
So you heard what he had to say. What are my thoughts about this? This is shocking. Like, hearing him say that is very, very shocking. I cannot. The reason it's shocking to me is because I don't believe it. Right? The reason I don't believe it is because, as somebody that follows hip hop, you know these guys are friends. Hell, you can go on YouTube and see videos of the Rock Nation brunches of them driving together in the same car. Jay-Z coming to Diddy's house. They're in his bathroom as Diddy's getting dressed and all of that. They're showing, like, that's crazy to me for him to say that. Like, it's crazy. They've even worked on albums together. It goes all the way back to his 1997 No Way Out album. Now, some people could say they're acquaintances then. Diddy produced Jay-Z's record, American Gangster. He produced it. He even went on Charlie Rose when he was talking about his relationship with him and Diddy. Then Diddy's creative process and all of that stuff. When Diddy was like, hey, man, I want to help produce. I want to be an executive producer. And Jay-Z like, you can't be an executive producer of an executive producer. So we all knew that Jay-Z and Diddy were friendly. You saw them at various events together. You saw them at All-Star games. So to say that there was no friendship there, I really, 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 really find that hard to believe. I really, really do. Right? I think it would have been better off if his lawyer just said, next question. But the lawyer is thinking of the interests of his client, in which case this is Jay-Z. So he's trying to distance Jay-Z as much as he can from Diddy. The problem is, in him saying something so flagrant, a lot of people are going to look at you with a side eye and be like, yo, bro, what are you talking about right now? Like, that is crazy. Nobody believes that. I don't believe it, and I never met these guys. Like, so I don't believe that this is true. Like, I don't believe that they were never friends. Like, I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. Not as much time have we seen them spend together publicly. I don't believe it. I mean, if somebody's going to executive produce your album, you got to be friendly with them on a certain level. Like a certain level. Jay-Z and Diddy have collaborated on so many. For goodness sake, Jay-Z. No. Diddy said Jay-Z is the only person that can call him Sean. Because they both have the same name, Sean and Sean, just different spellings. He said he's the only one. You're going to say that about somebody that's just an acquaintance? He said it's him and his mom. Are you kidding me? Like, are we supposed to believe that? Now, I'm not saying that my skepticism towards the lawyer saying that these guys are not friendly proves anything about this case. No, it doesn't. I'm just reacting to that particular comment. Like, that's surprising. Like, for instance, if Dame Dash says him and Diddy ain't really close like that, I can believe that because they didn't really collaborate much. You don't see them anywhere or anything like that. You don't see them going to brunches and stuff like that. You don't see any of that. But whenever there's these kind of high profile events and Diddy and Jay-Z are there, they're always usually right next to each other. Always laughing it up, popping bottles, enjoying themselves. So what's next? That's like Nas saying he's not friendly with Diddy. Or Busta Rhymes saying he's not friendly with Diddy. And I seen Diddy around Jay-Z more than I seen them. So that caught me off guard. I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's any truth to that. I think, the lawyer didn't have to include that. Right? I didn't think he had to include it. Now, I get it. Diddy has a lot of grotesque allegations around him, and Jay-Z doesn't want to be looped in and pulled into that vortex that is Diddy right now. I totally understand that. But to say that he doesn't know him, or rather they're not friends, that's ridiculous. He could have said that Mr. Carter doesn't know anything that pertains to this case, and he wishes Diddy the best. That would have been all right. But to say that they have no relationship whatsoever, that's ridiculous. That is patently absurd. Patently absurd. Now, I'm not going to argue and say, oh, no, you don't know. Like, I'm not saying that. But based off of what we've seen, I find that hard to believe. But then again, it doesn't surprise me because a lot of people have kind of turned away from Diddy. A lot of people. A lot of people. That's why I always used to say, be wary of when people run around talking about this is my brother and this is my brother. No, they're not. No, they're not. You have a brother. And most of these people calling you their brother, they're not your brother. You want to find out who your brother is? Need to be able to pay your rent. You're going to find out who your friends are. Need to be able to pay your rent, or let there be some serious emergency in your life. And you'll find out who your friends are. And you'll really discover it's a very short list. If you look at the people that are in support of Diddy, it's only his kids. It's only his kids. So at the end of the day, family is all you got. Your kids are all you really, really got. And your parents or whoever. That's it, folks. And then maybe some close friends. That's about it. And I think Diddy's discovering that. Diddy is having a rude awakening. And if he makes it out of that case and he somehow is able to gain his freedom, I don't think he's going to have any of those relationships with the majority of these people. Some will stay. That I do know. But the majority of them that was popping bottles at those parties, they're all gone. These are my thoughts. So the question to the audience is, do you believe Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Spiro, when he says Diddy and Jay-Z were never friends? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll catch you on the next show.